Hello gamers, Toaster here again with another Ace Tanker replay, this time in the 4190. We're on Fisherman's Bay and it is a tier 8 game. There's a bunch of tier 7s on the enemy team, but I'm going to show you how I like to play Fisherman's Bay. In a lot of cases, from this side you do have an advantage because you can go out a little bit further and get a little more vision onto the heavies that are coming down the 8-9 line, and they kind of usually come around the B line. They cheat a little bit, and that's where they pay the price. But in this game, it really isn't going to pan out. But I can still show you what I like to do. So let's go ahead and get started. As I've said before, I feel like the Bulldog it's a really good tank, but it's not the best light tank because of the camo rating is not very high on it, but nevertheless it's got vicious DPM. So, and as always, you know, it's a light tank, so so I always like to come up here trying to avoid this E25, and in this case normally you're going to get vision all along here. But in this case, an AT-15 is kind of going out in the middle, and I don't really want to tangle with that, so I decide to relocate. And I watch a guy, his name's Skill for LTU. He's got the most 3 marks of any server. I think he's 3 marked almost every tank, and he's incredible. And he used a spot, and I'm going to go to that spot just because I find it to be fairly effective. We don't get there quite yet, but from this side you've got this corner that you can kind of hide behind for cover from every direction except for the city. So we're just taking shots of opportunity, and we get hit by that SU-122-44, and so this is when I decide to relocate. So we've got 600 assist right now, and we've got 200 damage, which isn't great, and we've lost a third of our health, but that's okay. We're just going to move to the middle. And one thing that I've noticed about this game in particular is that a lot of people are focusing the middle. So we're able to get a shot on the T-29, and as we do, we just back off into cover. And you'll notice that I just back off and drop spot. Most of the time I'm just dropping spot and then coming back out and repeating. There's no real rocket science to the way I'm playing this. So here I make a mistake. I should have never stayed for that shot. I've got plenty of guys behind me. There's no reason for me to pop out and eat damage for no reason, especially this early in the game. So that Tiger is just playing a foolish game to sit out in the open like that with 2 arties, and if you see, there are 2 guys over on the 2 line that are just hammering anybody that comes out in the middle. So that support is basically why I have such a great game, because I'm up to 2,500 spotting already. So I come out and I just track the AT-15. I just want to slow his retreat down because I feel like if he can't get away, people can shoot him, but unfortunately he doesn't get shot. So we're just being patient, you know. That's what you've got to do in a light tank, especially you're down to a third health, you know, and that's where I'm at. I don't want to die because this is a very good map for light tanks. So we're able to pull out and we get a tracking shot on the Mod 1. Those things are really quite hard to pin. So he didn't spot me there because his turret was not poked out to where he could actually see me. So we get a shot on a guy trying to escape. That's the other thing. From the other side, it's very hard to escape once you commit to the middle because of how flat this map is and the terrain features. it's difficult to escape. So I don't like the other side in the middle for here, but it is what it is. We're able to get a shot on the T-29. I am just flat ignoring that A215A because I don't want to tackle him, and he gets taken out anyway. So we're up to 2,800 assist. It's 8-2 because we've dominated the middle, and I've got 1,000 damage as well. So we're happy with that. So this Lorraine is that was kind of a lucky shot. I mean, I aimed it, and I don't know. In the game, it seemed like it was a little easier shot than it looks like there. But anyway, so we're dropping spot again, and this Lorraine, and there's other guys that are just really impatient, you know. But what I do is I kind of I didn't realize that SU 12244 died already, and that was my mistake. And it cost me a little bit of time, but thankfully not. It doesn't really cost me damage because I'm going down here to see if I can find him because I want to circle him if I can. But in reality, he's not here because he's died a long time ago. So and then the edge of the map gets me sometimes because of the new maps, you know. And anyway, just a little inexperience with the map, I guess. But so now we're just moving up slowly to see what we can find, see if we can spot anything because there is an E25 alive, and there's a bunch of stuff in that corner, I know. So I really don't want to get spotted out in the open here. So in this case, you know, if you look at the circle, I mean, I've got 25% camo, right? So I'm far enough away that even if this guy has excellent view range, he's not going to spot me. So I'm just trying to keep him kind of close to the edge of my view range circle and just rack up. I've up to 4,000 assists now. And so I can tell this is going to be a good game already because I'm at 4,300 assists. I'm at 5,500 combined. So we're going to move up, and the way we move up is through these bushes to make sure that we don't get spotted, so that if at any point we do get spotted, we're really close to this ridge and we can duck under. But I haven't seen anything yet, so I'm assuming that they've kind of moved. We take a snapshot and miss it, which is fine. We light the artillery and we also light the IKV. And he does pull up and over and try and get a shot, which is his mistake because at that point he's a dead man. So now it's just the Artie left, and this Artie is not paying any attention to me, which is fantastic. And I know the other Artie's down in this ditch somewhere. He's in a very slow Artie. The S51's very slow. So, and I kind of dawdle around here a little bit, and I really should have just picked a direction. But being up on that ridge, it's going to be very difficult for him to see me. So that's the end of the game. We ended up with 5,000 spotting and 1,900 damage and 4 kills. So that's in a tier 8 light tank, that's a pretty decent game in any matchup. So let's go ahead and go to the after action report. We'll be right back. Okay, here we are at the after action report. As you see, we've got an ace tanker, we got a Pascucci's medal, and we got a patrol duty. Anytime you get a patrol duty, you know you're doing fairly well. Even better if you get a scout medal, but on this map, really getting a scout medal, which is lighting up 9 enemies first, is not very possible just because of all the bush cover on the map. So we're happy with that. We did 1946 damage. As we said before, we got 1,532 base XP, which is over double what the next guy got. And looks like, you know, the enemy team was just entirely ineffective. And we made sure of that. Basically, we had a Lorraine 40T that did pretty well. And looks like we had a bunch of guys that Rye Metal. That's, I don't know if that's a Scorpion or what, but he did well as well. So yeah, Scorpion G. So he did pretty well. Our whole team did a fair amount of damage, which is a good indicator. You look at the enemy team, and they've got, you know, 1, 2, 3 guys that did nothing. Two guys that did 1 shot, a guy that did 2 shots. So in that case, you know that your team really kind of dominated, and we were a big part of that. So I don't have a premium account. I did end up with this this personal mission payout. I ended up with 79,000 credits. We didn't fire any gold. We fired 17 rounds, 14 hits, 10 pens. In a matchup with what I was facing, that doesn't surprise me. And again, we ended up with 4,900 base XP, and we hit 7 tanks and killed 4. So, and I had this personal missions payout and then premium vehicle. We ended up with 2,600 XP, which is great crew training. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like. If you did not, or you found something wrong with it, please give it a dislike. Comment below if you have any questions, and subscribe for more action. Thanks.